Okay, so for week 11 of fall anime, the anime season is almost over and so many shows have finished up. Dandadan, insanely good finale. Orb and Bleach kind of keep continuing, and even though a lot of shows wrapped up, we're still waiting for more. We're getting cliffhangers, we need part 2s, we need the season 2s and continuations ASAP, and some other stuff like ReZero is going to continue on to the winter season. So yeah, I mean, look out for that. I'm going to talk about some shows we have. More importantly, we had the Jump Fiesta, so many more like shonen announcements out here. The Chainsaw Man new trailer, beautiful. The colors look a lot brighter, less washed out. The animation looks really cool as well. It's gonna be a movie, so it's gonna be like high quality animation. So yeah, that's cool. New My Hero season Vigilantes spin-off showed up, so that's cool. Spy Family season 3 and some other like continuations for season 2 is happening. So yeah, that's cool. Solo Leveling, I think I saw that. Jujutsu Kaisen new visual for the culling games. So yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about in anime news. But yeah, besides that, like hype for the fall season almost over. I'm gonna have a tier list next week. Those videos pop off as well because yeah, gonna rank up all the animes. And then the week after, of course, we have the winter anime season 2025. Sakamoto Days is the one I'm looking forward to, so it's like a fun like Spy Family for adult show. There's a new Solo Leveling season and Apothecary Diaries and a bunch of other like cool stuff. So yeah, let's get started. So for Dandadan, we have episode 12, the finale for the season. It was so good. Like it's such a simple show, 12 episodes, but like the story is complicated. We have all these characters that are very wacky. It's very well written. The romance is so nice. I love how here we get Gigi and Okurun kind of like arguing with each other. It's something you don't really see in romance anime where the two people just like instantly confront each other about their feelings about the girl. They kind of like playfully tease each other as well. And at the same time, it's like they hash out their feelings. Instead of people not communicating, these characters do communicate. So that's cool. So in this episode, we go to Gigi's house in like the mountainside. He lives by a hot spring area and yeah, he's haunted. All the exorcists can solve it, so it's up to Momo and Okurun to go. So they take the train together. It's like a fun train date with them. And then everyone's like kind of bonding. Okurun finally gets another friend in Gigi, so he's a bit nervous at first, but then like once he starts talking about aliens and stuff, he gets a lot more comfortable. That's cool. Also, before that, there was like this drawn out scene. I did not expect it, but like the mannequin. So it showed up again, and it's like the continuation of the mannequin love story. I thought it was like a one-off, but it looks like the mannequin's gonna keep living here. So yeah, the female mannequin is rescued from the dumpster. It's living in Momo's house, and the male mannequin's just like running from the school. So yeah, that was like such a funny scene, like very wholesome as well. Like even the ghosts and the inanimate objects are getting in on the romance. But besides that, to go to the countryside, go to Gigi's house. It looks a bit creepy. There's some like kind of creepy villagers that look like aliens here. That's kind of messed up. Also, they climb up a lot of stairs, so they're so tired. So yeah, maybe that explains why he's so fit. Momo kind of like goes, investigates the hot springs because there's no ghost here. Maybe the ghosts are hiding, they're scared, so yeah, Momo's kind of bored. She goes to hot springs by herself, and then Gigi and Okurun get to like talking. They play soccer together, kind of hash out their differences. That's nice. They're both kind of teasing each other because Okurun says he sees Momo as like a good friend, and then Gigi's like, oh, okay, it's only a friend, then I actually like her. And then Okurun's like, no, I like her more. And then they're just like fighting over that. It's so funny. So yeah, I mean, good bonding experience. It's probably not that serious. Like, you know, the childhood friend's gonna lose. We know this rule. But besides that, yeah, a lot of like fucked up shit happens at the end of this episode. We end off Dandadan the way we begin, with more sexual assault. So yeah, Momo kind of gets ambushed into hot springs with a bunch of like old men. I have no idea why this scene had to be here, but then the old men start talking to her while she's like all vulnerable by herself, and then they're like, we're gators. You know what gators are? They're men that like assault women in the hot springs. Like, what? That's a bit on the nose, bro. Like, you really have to say that? And then yeah, they start like ambushing Momo, dropping her into water. I don't know what's gonna happen. We have to wait until next summer season to find out, but yeah, that's gonna be sick. 2 cliffhangers. Like, are we gonna fight a new monster? Hopefully nothing goes bad, but yeah, season 2, if you've seen the trailers, looks like it's gonna pop off. So yeah, I mean, Science Saru, good job. You know, this high quality animation, you can't take it for granted. It's really good. And yeah, I'm gonna miss it, but yeah, Dandadan is over. Really loved the first season. One of my most favorite anime this season for sure. And yeah, that's it for Dandadan. Also, we have Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War Part 3, episode 12. This episode is called Friend. Sad backstory with Baz B and Hoshwald. I was like excited for Hoshwald backstory because he looked like a strong dude, but like he really did nothing in all the seasons. He was just like standing next to you, watch all the time, looking all cool. And it was very sad, also well done. You know, these shonen backstories, sometimes they get repetitive, but Bleach, something about the blood war has been like firing on all cylinders every season. Like nothing is boring, everything is insane. Animation, it looks beautiful as well. Character designs, we see the sniper girl like show up again. Also, yeah, this isn't the finale. We're gonna have a break next week, and then the final episode is gonna be 2 episodes long. That's gonna be like an hour finale, like episodes 13 and 14 combined. That's gonna be sick. But yeah, Blood War's gonna keep continuing, more fights to be had here. So yeah, Baz B basically fights Hoshwalt in this episode, and then we realize that they go back, like way back. That they're like childhood friends back in the Quincy days. I don't know like where this takes place, but apparently the Quincy's lived in like this like fantasy, like medieval times European setting. Yawatch was like this like evil dictator that like destroyed everybody. So basically Baz B and Hoshwalt were hanging out. Baz B's like the happy, aggressive, extroverted character. He recruits Hoshwalt after he's feeling kind of sad. It looks like he's been abused by his uncle. Baz B and Hoshwalt hang out. They establish a friendship, but Hoshwalt is also like very quiet and shy. And after a bit of time, we see Yawatch and his army just like shoot down Baz B's whole like kingdom. His mom like died in front of him with the sniper girl just like shooting her head off. It was so brutal. And then yeah, we get the backstory that they want revenge on Yawatch. Hoshwalt's forest also got burned down, so yeah, they kind of hang out together. Their goal is to get stronger, they're training and getting a bit older, and then finally kill Yawatch. But how are you going to kill him? He's literally the Quincy king out here. So yeah, it looks like he's kind of establishing an army of stern ridders to fight off the Soul Society. So yeah, this is like how they got started. And then we see like one day Baz B and Hoshwalt just like meet up with Yawatch because he's recruiting more people in this random village. And then Yawatch is like, yo, I've been waiting for you. So he's not talking to Baz B, he's talking to Hoshwalt, who's also like really weak. We realize why, because he's kind of like the O blood type. He's the universal donor. So he can give other people powers, he can strengthen their powers, but he can't really use the spiritual energy himself. So Yawatch also has this power, he can strengthen his allies. So that's why he kind of recruited Hoshwalt, because like his missing half out here. He sees like what he's useful for, and then he betrays Baz B. We see Hoshwalt still has feelings about him, but he's like an edgelord working with Yawatch. I guess like it makes sense because he didn't really have anything in childhood, and Yawatch taught him about powers, gave him a place of belonging, and now, you know, it's technically grooming him, but yeah, like Hoshwalt is loyal to him. We see them fight at the end of this episode, Baz B with burner finger 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like, you know, shooting him with fire and like smacking him with fire. Hoshwalt just tanks it, so yeah, I mean, it's no problem for him. It looks like he doesn't have powers really, but he can use a sword really well. So he just like kind of slices off the fire, is like immune to the fire, and it cuts Baz B's arm off. He's bleeding. It looks like he's actually dead. So like in Bleach, you don't really count anyone out as being dead because Orihime exists. Also captivated by this backstory, seeing all these like new characters. Voice acting is nice, and you know the villains are still out here, so yeah, hopefully someone defeats them. All right, so for Ranma 1/2 episode 12, I think this is the finale for the season, but I think there's a continuation coming up soon. So we ended here in 12 episodes. Very good remake. I thought, like, I didn't see the original, but, you know, 80s anime, the comedy actually landed pretty well. So, you know, characters just in school fighting, a lot of, like, funny moments animation-wise. And then, yeah, the concept is kind of like, you know, the romance. Ranma can, like, change genders. It felt really good. So, yeah, this final arc was, like, a bit abrupt, I guess, because Shampoo, she gave Akane amnesia. So I guess she didn't really want to kill her. She just wanted her to forget about Ranma. He starts like yelling and being all annoying, and then finally when he stops calling her cute and insults her, that's when she realizes, yo, it's Ranma. Gets the full memory back, starts fighting him, and Shampoo also sees that Ranma is a girl. So she starts crying, and after like a conclusion there, she leaves. So yeah, we introduced Shampoo like in 3 episodes. She like caused some trouble, and now she's gone. It's a bit sad, but you know, the love story continues, I guess. But yeah, very good remake, I thought. Mappa doing a lot of like insane work on all their shows. So yeah, I'm watching them, they're good. And besides that, yeah, I had fun with the show. I do recommend it if you need like some, you know, unique romance show to watch in the future. The story is very campy, but you know, it has like a lot of fun action scenes. All right, so for You Are Miss Servant episode 12, I think this is the finale for this show, but bro, this show was so ass. Like the backstory for Yuki or Zhu is so ass. We see that kind of show up out of nowhere, and then he tries to ship them together. They're just so shy. The dialogue is so ass. I don't know what's happening, like, but they live together. Like the whole cliffhanger here was like the dad shows up, and then the son thinks like, oh, he's like an outsider now, he can't talk to them. They live like this whole like underground life of assassination. I don't know, man, check your privilege, bro. You're living in a house with a cute ass maid by yourself. Like, it's just so crazy. But yeah, you know, throughout the anime, it's been like obvious like emotional pulls each week. It really does not not hit hard at all. I also think like the anime is a bit contradictory because Yuki said before she had no life, she had no attachments or people, but she did have a sister, she did have a handler that took care of her, and she did have a name. Her name was Shu. So why did she even make a big deal of being called Yuki? I don't know, man. Bad concept, but the show looked good. Character design for Yuki is insane. I like that, but yeah, the story was so painful to watch. Very standard kind of wish fulfillment. Girl like moves in with guy and then just like serves him. So yeah, I mean the romance goes on. I don't know if there's gonna be a season 2, maybe, because there was like no satisfying conclusion here. We kind of learn nothing about the dad. We don't know like what happened with him and the mom divorcing, and we don't know why this dude's living in the house by himself. But yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, if you want to see like a hot sexy maid, then watch this anime. Also after that we have the story of girls who couldn't be magicians, episode 12. Yes, I love this show. This is the finale. It's very simple, like nothing too crazy, nothing like too severe. Like we solved this issue of like the school trying to explode with its magical energy. We defeat the villain, so like it was fine, it was nice. And then Kurumi gets to use magic again, so yeah, she's actually very proficient in it. She gets to follow her dreams. It's all like so good, like it feels so good, but I can tell like yeah, it wasn't like that popular because I think of two things. One is that like it was a bit too simple. Also I think the main thing is that the source material wasn't like that juiced up. It's based on a web manga that I just like couldn't find, so it's so hard to find the source material, but I thought the story was like nice, so I wanted to like read a bit more. Because yeah, this anime ended in 12 episodes. I doubt we'll get a season 2, but there's so many like loose ends here. Like who's that purple haired girl that's like Kurumi's sister? Like I don't know. We defeated the villain, but it looks like there's another villain like coming in as well, so what's up with that? Like hopefully we get answers, like Kurumi's backstory. Is there any answers on why she's so like kind of why she has like this hidden potential? Who are these girls' mothers? It looks like the witch that Kurumi was like looking up to was Yuzu's mom, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, like I mean there's a lot of questions that are left unanswered if you watch this anime. But yeah, besides that really fun show this season, I thought it was underwatched, maybe because like the source material wasn't like that hyped up. Also, I saw like this anime was supposed to come out in 2020 from JC staff, but like it probably got COVID delayed. So that's why it came out like 4 years later. So yeah, that's interesting. Besides that though, we end the season, we see Yuzu got admitted to the magic course, but the reason Kurumi didn't is because Minami, the teacher, wanted to teach her ancient magic. I thought that was a bit fucked up when she said that. I like audibly gasped, like, yo, you held her back, you crushed her dreams without telling her. But then, like, Kurumi realizes, yeah, ancient magic is the way. So she's thankful for Minami. Minami tries to invite her, like, to her outside missions, like, her journey. But Kurumi kind of, like, declines because she sees that, like, she has, like, all these friends here. So I thought that was sad as well. I'm like, Kurumi has so many opportunities to do things. But yeah, I guess she's just, like, chilling in the regular class with her friends. And yeah, we end the anime there. So yeah, I mean, she has purpose now. She wants to continue her magic research and, you know, have fun. It had a lot of cool pulls, references, world building, pretty colors, and cute voice acting and cute characters. And you know, an easy to follow story from front to back. So that's it for the story of girls who couldn't be magicians. Look out for Witch Hat Atelier coming soon, because that's going to be a hyped up witch anime to look out for. Also after that we have DanMachi season 5 episode 11. Yeah, crazy episode with the war games happening. It's very one-sided because yeah, Freya's familia, they're just like way too overpowered. We got all the main characters. The big strongest strong dude with the axe, he's fighting Bell 1v1. I thought that was insane. Bell's trying to charge up this attack to fight him, but he gets like beaten up, almost killed. So we don't know his fate, but he's probably not dead. But we see like they also have like this healer. It was like that healer girl, and she's like kind of batshit crazy. Like her clothes kind of get burnt off, so you know, the fan service every episode there. You know, we see that she's like a combat healer, and all the people she's healing can also like, you know, regen. So they're just like fighting these zombies basically. They see that the Freya familiar are just trolling, so it's up to them to just like beat everyone and charge at her. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen next week as the fight kind of continues. You know, more characters are probably gonna do things. Surely the Hestia familiar got this, but also like at the same time it looks like the Freya familiar aren't really making an attempt to go after the other goddesses. Also we have Orb episode 13. It's gonna be a 25 episode show, but anime's insane. We're finally getting some more torture again, which is very sad because yeah, our main characters going through some punishment. It's so fucked up. Basically over here we have Oxy fighting off with Noak. He fought off all his other like Inquisitor forces. Now it's a 1v1. He's prepared to die. Noak got the best of him before, but now Oxy, he's like ready to like sacrifice his life. So he kind of just like blocks the sword attack with his arm, charges forward, knocks him down, is almost about to stab him with the same sword. And yeah, just as that happens, the other Inquisitors come in, so there's more reinforcements. That's kind of fucked up. And then yeah, they shoot Oxy. He gets knocked out, almost dead, but gets revived like a week later. So now he's in like Inquisitor prison. He's in the torture hole. What's he gonna do here? It's kind of messed up, but yeah, he is true to his convictions. He wants to change the world. He wants to know the truth. And that's why he's like, you know, pursuing this knowledge. Noak is like, nah, we can't have this happen. But he also sees how strong Oxy's resolve is. And also, like, he's not really the mastermind. So he captures Bedini as well. And then he's like asking Bedini questions and beats up Oxy, tortures him. So it's kind of messed up because Bedini looked like a self-interested character. Like, he hated other people and he would use people to like get his way. But in reality, he's actually like very caring. He has a heart. He doesn't want to snitch out everyone. Doesn't mention Yolenta. Doesn't mention Piast. Also, at the same time, he's kind of like trying to hide the research. So it's just like kind of very calculated and caring. But yeah, Noak is trying to use his sympathy to try to like get the truth out of him. So yeah, when clubbing Oxy doesn't work, he pulls out like this sharp blade. Is he gonna cut up some fingers, some body parts? You know, anything can happen because yeah, Noak is so sadistic. This conversation is so funny. Noak is like, I kind of let my guard down on the first kid, and now like, you know, the heretics are like getting out of control. So yeah, this torture is probably not gonna be pretty. Nothing good is gonna happen, but you know, there's always hope. Maybe Noak can sympathize, but I doubt it. He's just like following orders. And yeah, I guess we'll see what's gonna happen. Like every week, it's just like so exciting. Also for Shangri-La Frontier, we have season 2, 11 episodes. So yeah, the season's gonna have 25 episodes. Like insane that we're having like double 2 core seasons for Shangri-La Frontier. There's so much content. Not a lot of stuff happened this season, really. I liked how we kind of shared knowledge with the other clans, because that's something that would happen in games. You can't just have one guy having all the secret power-ups and not everyone else being curious about it. So it finally kind of like makes an alliance with other clans. It looks like they want to fight other unique monsters, because the one they fought in season 1, they were the first clan to do it, and now they're kind of teaming up with other people, sharing information so they can kind of like kill the next unique monster. So that's cool. It looks like Sunraku's working with other friends to like accomplish this goal, to find the specific conditions to unlock like the unique monster and beat it. So that's cool. But yeah, besides that, they're kind of like doing the same things. We see him and Sagar Zero kind of like hanging out as well, so they have like a cool date. And you know, they're just like training together, killing monsters, meeting up with other people. Before that, he was kind of like venting because he can't really equip stuff in this game. His stats are too low, but he's like changing that slowly. So he hops over to an older game. It's like this robot fighting game. And he was like the top 2 in the leaderboards for that game, but then he quit. But then all the loyal members are like waiting for him. So yeah, the fact that he's here now, the number 1 person is like this girl who like wanted to beat him. So yeah, they start fighting. He kind of has to train and get better, understand the meta. So he like builds a new robot out of the same pieces and then fights the girl again. So yeah, it was like a cute story there. So yeah, I've been liking the season. I'd say one thing is that there's a lot of explanations, even though there doesn't need to be. But that's the story's bread and butter, pretty much. Like having a lot of like different video game concepts and then telling you from start to finish like a tutorial, like how it works. So every time we go to a new game or like see a new mechanic, there's like a lot of explanations. So yeah, that happens in a robot fighting game. That's happening as Sunraku like gets new armor and weapons. And now yeah, he's teaming up with Sagar Zero. She's still like very shy. It's a bit painful seeing their progression together, because I doubt it's gonna get anywhere anytime soon. But you know, they're playing games together. The world is pretty big so far. They're doing a lot of things and a lot of cute familiar characters. So yeah, really liking this season and a lot more to go. Also after that, we have Puniru as a kawaii slime. So yeah, this is episode 12, the finale. So I've seen like people describe this anime as Nokotan, but a bit funnier. So yeah, it's kind of like a PG rated version of it. It's just like really cute, adorable. It has like, you know, a similar concept where like this slime kind of harasses you in school. So the main character is Kosuro, and then he likes cute things, but then Puniru is a bit annoying. See, the slime that can just like transform into different things depending on the situation. And then yeah, it's just like a story about these young middle school kids with a lot of like wacky characters. So yeah, I thought it was like a random funny show, like nothing too serious, nothing like immediately urgently to put on your watch list. But you know, it's a fun comedy show this season. A bit annoying if you don't like the high-pitched cutesy voices every week, but a pretty wacky anime with this like monstrous slime girl that wants to be cute. Also after that, we have Let This Grieving Soul Retire, episode 13. Yes, this is the finale. Yeah, definitely a very unique fantasy show, I guess. Like, the gimmick did get repetitive. It's pretty much like if King from One Punch Man was the main character, and he's in a fantasy world where he's just like fearful for his life because everyone around him is so powerful. Yeah, he's like literally the weakest dude, our main character, Cry. But yeah, everyone thinks he's the strongest dude. They call him Thousand Tricks. They do like this auction event in the last episode. It's pretty funny because like everything kind of works out for him. So yeah, that's the gimmick they're going for, where it's like he's just a random dude that wants to like retire, but he's like really lucky, so like everything seems to be working out for him. But it's kind of like a high stress situation. He's in debt with one of the girls. His whole party looks up to him, and then there's these 2 crazy girls in his party as well that are like trying to get with him. So yeah, fun show this season. It was definitely pretty unique. I love the opening and ending. Also like the intro was like definitely kind of unique because there's like 2 intros in the beginning of each episode. So yeah, I thought it was like well done. You know, nothing like urgently to watch on your list, but yeah, it's like another cool anime this season. Also, I'll quickly go over these two shows that are kind of just like about life and then, you know, like showing anime and life situations. So the first one is Magilumiere. So it's like magical girl industry out here. Well, like the main girl, she's struggling to get a job, but she gets a job at a startup magical girl company. They kind of compare magical girl companies to tech startups pretty much. They kind of like invent new spells through coding. And then like all their stuff, like their brooms that they're flying in, all their spells are dependent on technology. And it seems like girls are the only one that can handle the magic power. But they fight like random monsters called Kawaii demons that are just like spawning throughout the city. Some of the Kawaii are getting stronger. This last one, they fight this fire one. We see Kana, our main character, kind of like helping a lot of people because she can like memorize like certain things. So her partner's like very hard-headed, just like brute force. But then she has like all the intelligence to kind of like help her out. So yeah, she's like really good at memorization. Her skills kind of went unnoticed through everyone. So yeah, the startup is giving her a chance and she's like proving herself really well. I love following her as the main girl. And yeah, besides that, you know, a lot of like fun stories. There's some cliffhangers as they're fighting demons, but nothing too serious. No one gets seriously injured so far, and then yeah, people are fighting. Yeah, it was like a unique concept, I guess. Like the startups are actually like doing it with passion and want to make a real change in the world. So yeah, we'll see if they do. There's still like some open-ended stuff in this anime, so there might be a season 2, I'm pretty sure. There's like beef going on with like one of the CEOs of a bigger company. We see Kana's kind of getting headhunted by them as well, but then she's loyal to the magical girl company. And also like the enemies seem to be like evolving and getting stronger, so they have to deal with all of that. But besides that, you know, another cool show similar to Life that kind of wrapped up. Also after that, we have Negative Positive Angler. So this is episode 12, the finale. Kind of like a sad anime about fishing where like a dude, he's like very unlucky, has like the worst situations in life, literally like contemplating suicide. He lost his house, lost everything, he's in debt. But then yeah, like this fishing squad kind of saves him, gives him a job, and it's just like showing like people's backstories, their life, how they like went through a lot. They're from different places, and then, you know, some people are going through divorces, some people had to like deal with death and like regrets in life. So yeah, all of that is happening here. Pretty much just like a story about like sad people that found solace in fishing and how they're fishing together. So yeah, it was like a cool concept. You know, it teaches you a bit about fishing. I'd say the ending was a bit sour because we see like the main character, he kind of quit his job at the fishing convenience store. And I thought that was a bit abrupt because this is a good place for him. He found people that belonged. And he's fishing with them anyway, like towards the end of the episode. So there's no real reason for him to quit. But yeah, he quits. I wonder what he's going to do in the future. Doesn't look that good, but yeah, I mean, I guess he's going to continue fishing, find his own path in life. And yeah, we end it there. And yeah, that's it for the shows this week. Thank you for watching. You know, another banger week of anime. But I love the season a lot. A lot of top heavy shows, of course. Like Dandadan and Bleach by themselves seem to be like the banger shows. But then we have like a lot of other like nice continuations. And yeah, the fantasy shows, also the romance shows seem to be like pretty decent watches. So yes, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week with the tier list. And yeah, 2024 has been a big year. Hopefully 2025 is better and nothing bad happens. We gotta see. But yeah, peace.